Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Wednesday. Hope your day is going well. First, a special thank you to Danny from Danny and Gray's Cards and Toys and Matt Griggs, who both pointed out to me yesterday in the rip that I had that this Truex was numbered. You see it is numbered 60 out of 199. Just one of those things. All you had, I did look at the card kind of close yesterday, but I totally missed it. Probably because I held it like this and I just didn't see it. So thank you guys for pointing that out. I always appreciate when you guys do point stuff out that I miss because it can just slide by you really quick. Today is going to be part 2 of our Flea Market Finds Hero Card Edition. You've seen some cards that I bought at a flea market this past weekend. We went to this, I can't even remember where it was at, but we went to 3 or 4 flea markets on Saturday. They had some pretty cool stuff in the one. And I knew that they had the hero cards because I had bought a few last year and I decided this year I was going to load up. So we did. But another item that I found at a different flea market, the first one we went to that day, this is from 1958. And I actually reached out to Mike Joy on Twitter and he did respond with some information. But this is a program from 1958 from the Cumberland, Maryland Municipal Airport, Cumberland National Sports Car Championship races there. This is kind of SCCA type of a racing sports car club of America. And there's a lot of interesting ads, not really any articles, but take a look at some of the names on this list. Roger Pinsky. Yes, that is the Roger Pinsky. I've heard of Briggs Cunningham. There might be some other names on there that you might have heard of. Let's see if there's anything else. Again, just a little bit of information. Really haven't taken the time to go through this. And I got this at a really, really good price. What I've seen them going for on eBay, quite substantially more than what I paid for it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet because it's a pretty cool piece of racing history, so I may just hang on to it. But wanted to share that with you guys as part of the flea market finds. Now on to the the main course here. So we're going to start off. First one is a Busch Series driver from 2005, Michel Jourdain Jr. Michel was an IndyCar driver. Then he moved over to NASCAR for a few years. This was the team that Jeff Green won the title with, and Scott Riggs had a pretty good season with before he moved to Cup. I believe they just kind of run out of sponsorship. He did have one top 10 finish, I believe, that year in Atlanta. Next up from, we don't even have a year on this, but I'm going to say it's somewhere about 99 or 2000-ish. Joe Gibbs with all his MBNA sponsored cars. So you have Bobby Labonte. It's probably, that is Jeff Purvis. And who is this one? J.D. Gibbs. So very cool Joe Gibbs MBNA hero card there. Next in line from 2000, let's grab 2 of them there. 2002 Truck Series, Rich Bickle. Of course, I believe Rich retired from racing last season. That 15 truck, if that looks familiar, that is the Billy Ballou owned truck that so many other drivers have driven over the years. Up next from 2005, another Busch Series card, Adrian Fernandez. Of course, this was the card that he was sharing with Kyle Busch and a few other drivers in the Busch Series that season. Adrian, another driver from the IndyCar Series. Up next is, looking at the years on this, I'm not really seeing a year. Probably about 2003 based on the numbers I'm seeing on the back. But it's just, 2003. Just Brevac Racing. Bob Brevac, who is a longtime ARCA competitor, started a Craftsman Truck Series team. Doesn't have a driver name there. Probably look that one up and find out whose particular truck that one is. Up next is a current owner in the Xfinity series. This one is from, doesn't even give me a year, but I'm going to assume it's from about the same period of time, 2002 or 3. Bobby Dotter. So that's pretty cool there. Next one is a Busch Series driver. Looks like it's from probably 2000-ish. Jason Leffler. Of course, he passed away in a sprint car crash a few years ago. This is when he was driving for Coach Gibbs in the Busch Series. 2006, owner that's been in the news a lot lately, Richard Childress, with his 3 Cup Series teams, and at the time the 3 Busch Series cars that he had. So that'd be a nice one to get signed, maybe right above the 2006, right about in there with silver or gold Sharpie. Another Busch Series card here coming up from maybe 2005 or 6. Augievitovic, we had him in the last batch. I thought this was a pretty cool one with the 9 Lives Morris Million Cat Rescue thing there, the promotion. From 2000, looks like 2003, another Busch Series driver, Tim Sauter. And during this time, I think there was a program called NASCAR 360 on Speed Channel. One of the many NASCAR programs that was on. But Tim Sauter actually played in like a double or a single A baseball game. He went through all the paperwork and legal loopholes that he had to go through the MLBPA or whatever, and did get to play in one minor league baseball game back in the day. Up next from 2000, pretty cool one here, Ricky Craven, Midwest Transit Racing. Of course, that car ran for a few years with very, very little success. I don't think they had a finish much better than about 15th. They were just an underfunded team, and the owner was just trying to make something happen and wasn't able to. Up next from 2002, Scott Riggs. This was the 10 car that Michel Jourdain would eventually take over. But Scott had taken it over from Jeff Green, and Scott did win a few races in that car. Next in line here from 2001, Spears Racing, Billy Bigley Jr., short track ace, who came up, I believe, in the Southeast Tour, the All-Pro Tour, one of them touring series. Didn't have a lot of luck in the truck series, but I think you get a lot of short track drivers that are just great at short tracks. I think a really good example is Butch Miller. But when they get up to NASCAR and they start getting on the bigger tracks, yeah, they might not be with a great team, but you just see it in their results. You see it in their performance, and they excel at the short tracks and maybe even some of the intermediate tracks. When they start getting up to the 2.5 mile tracks, they just really, really struggle. Next in line here from 2003, Kerry Earnhardt, when he was driving for the Fitch Bradshaw car. Co-owners Armando Fitz and Terry Bradshaw. From 2000, Track Phone Racing, WCW, Blaze Alexander. You can see the perforation here. I think there was probably coupons there, probably for, minutes or something on the track phone. Not really sure, but not too many Blaze Alexander collectibles out there. Blaze was killed, of course, in the fall of 2001 at the ARCA race in Atlanta Motor Speedway in a crash with, coincidentally, Kerry Earnhardt. That's just ironic that those two are back-to-back. From 2007, we have a Dave Blaney. It's a nice-looking card. Even though there's not a lot on there, sometimes less is more, and in this case, that card really works. We're going super local here. From 2011, Brian Clawson. Of course, Brian grew up in California, moved to my hometown in the early 2000s to pursue a sprint car career. He graduated from the local high school and was raced in a few Indy 500s, raced in NASCAR, actually has a Daytona pole in the Xfinity Series for the July race, but was tragically killed in, it wasn't Knoxville, but it was a sprint car race out in the Midwest, about 2016 or 17. From 2000, Jerry Nadeau during his time at Hendrick Motorsports. He got his only career win driving the Michael Holligan car. And right behind it, from 1998, another Jerry Nadeau car with Bill Elliott and Dan Marino, who were co-owners of this. As you see, the First Plus Financial The colors are in Miami Dolphins with Dan Marino's famous number 13. Who do we have next here? From 2006, another Jason Leffler. This would be the last year that I think it was still Braun. Was it Braun Racing? Yeah, Braun or Turner or Aiken Sutton, whoever. I don't know. This team changed hands so many times in the late 90s, early 2000s. This was the last year they ran Chevys before they'd switched to Toyotas, and Jason got Toyota, the first Xfinity Series or then Busch Series win at Indianapolis Raceway Park in 2007. Got a few more cards to go here. I'm just trying to look at the years on this. 2004-ish, Elliott Sadler. This one kind of has like a bit of a hollow foil effect. Nice looking card. Another local driver that was a Hendrick developmental driver from 2005, Boston Reed. There's a couple drivers split in this car, Boston Reed and Blake Feast. Hendrick had a developmental system. A lot of the drivers just didn't make it. Not sure what happened, but a lot of them just didn't make it. I think we might have had this one in the last batch because the back looks the same. Jason Leffler Truck Series card. I'm looking at some of the names on the back of this, and I see Jason Overstreet and Matt Pusha, so we may have had that card. Next up from 2007, Mike Skinner, Bill Davis Racing. And we have a couple more here. Just had them shuffled out of order. I don't want to say order, but they were not in the order that I thought I had them in. What is this? This is got to be from 99. It's a Matt Kenseth Busch Series card. He's in a Monte Carlo with DeWalt and that famous number 17, but this was Robbie Reiser's team and not Jack Roush's team. Next to last card here from looking at the years on these. They don't put years on them. It's got to be about 2004 based on what I'm seeing. Joe Nemechek. And take a look at the back of it with a super young John Hunter right there. Very cool. And our final card of the day, four-time Cup Series champion. You know who that is. Looks like it's from 2006. Jeff Gordon. Open it up. Pepsi. It's got the 2006 schedule on the back. Very cool. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I have to go. Now I know where there's two flea markets that have a lot more hero cards still for me to go through. And I'm starting to fill up this little box of them. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again for watching as always. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Keep those comments rolling in. I'm still a little bit behind on getting replied to the comments, but I really do enjoy interacting with each and every one of you. So thanks again for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and we will see you tomorrow.